Lions, they play in 2 days. The buzz that is really starting to pick up is on the offense. And I don't know if it's more of people realizing that it's not going to be as bad as they thought they were. There wasn't going to be this monumental drop-off. Or if people are actually thinking John Morton can progress this offense to be even better than they were last year. Now, by the numbers, that's going to be damn near impossible, right? Yeah. Like, they're going to have to lead the league in damn near everything to beat what they accomplished last year.
I was told Ben Johnson was the brains behind everything. So.
Oh, yeah, so was I. Tried to tell him, KG. Yeah. And this is like I told Simeon, go watch 6 months ago, and then you'll see what's happening today. I try to tell people about this, but still yet to be seen. John Morton has still yet to be an offensive coordinator during a regular season game for the Lions, so we can't cash that check just yet. But from what the buzz is, and I think John Gruden helped this a lot. Spenny, you got that clip?
Yeah.
Of what he was talking about John Morton yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like, I think this is fueling the fire.
To kind of be the mentor to him, the student, and to see the success. And did you ever have a doubt that he would get to where he is?
Well, that's what this business is all about. I had a lot of people help me. And if he benefited by being around me a little bit, I'm happy to hear that. But he is a hard-working guy. For all the Detroit fans, what you don't see is the work ethic that you're getting. This guy's nuts. People thought I was nuts. This guy is freaking nuts, man. He loves it. He's a creative guy. He's a great competitor. And I can't wait to see the Lions open the season. What do you think?
You know what scares crazy people? Crazier people, right? That's the only way. And for John Gruden, who we know just lives and dies football, is in the quarterback room grilling people nonstop. Just even when he was kicked out of the entire NFL, the dude was plugged in on a different level. For him to look across the table, see John Morton say, no, that guy's a real sicko. What does that tell you, D-Mac?
Well, okay, so let's break down crazy. What does John Gruden mean by crazy? You know what it means? You know what this obsessed crazy means? And I don't think, it's my opinion, I don't know because I wasn't there, right? But this is Ben Johnson. To me, he was 8 to 8. He was in an hour. If 9 to 5, he was an 8 to 6 guy. Dan Campbell's a 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. guy. Johnny Morton's a 5 a.m. to midnight guy. What I'm saying is that I just had the epiphany of Dan Campbell's now got his dog that will be there as sick and twisted as he. Like, these guys love football so much. Yep. And the crazy part is that he's going to put the work in. Not only does he have the experience, being under, whether it's the Gruden tree, where he's gone. He was with Sean Payton in Denver, all this stuff. So that experience. But the fact just sitting there like this, stick every day, just like this, to see what I can do with these toys. He's never been a part of a team with all these toys. So to your point, yes, by the number, almost unfathomable to think that this team could be better. But I think the efficiency and the fact of remember last year, right? What did we do? Okay, early in the season, boom, right off the rip, right out of the gate, hammering teams, first possession, second possession. Yep. By the time it gets to halftime, we've probably won the toss, so we got the old Neil rule. Patriots get the ball at the end of the half, double score sort of thing. Right? What happened later in the season, into the playoffs? First possessions, 3 and out. First possessions, it took a while to get the engines going. Mm-hmm. I think it's not the talent level of this team. It's not at any position. Yes, the offensive line, there's questions, but those things will figure themselves out because you got dudes that lead up there. But I think right now it's just getting everybody on the same point to that every down, everything that you hear, and the psycho crazy, whatever you want of Morton, is that he's there. If you had a Ring camera, I want to see, all I want to see is this daily check-ins and checkouts. If you have ID to because
their key card,
because it's real.
Yeah,
right.
I actually have a video of John Morton right here talking about his offseason plan and what he did in the offseason.
When we talked to you in the spring at the Combine, you talked about just your love of game planning and really diving into the film to pick apart weaknesses of opponents. How does that compare to this time of year where you're diving into the film of your own guys and trying to maybe unlock something or find the best positions to put them in?
Yeah, so I really didn't go on vacation this year till like the last 10 days. I was just sitting here looking at what we did in the OTAs and things like that and looking at our defense, and I basically game planned our defense. I want to put this guy here. I want to put that guy there. We want to do this versus that because I think that's important. I want them to see, where I'm coming from, what I'm going to do during the season. So if it means me getting here early like I always do, so be it. I mean, I did it this morning. We got certain situations. I'm looking at our defense, and that way I can give some tips and reminders to Jared to help him. But I just love the whole aspect of just sitting in my laboratory by myself and, trying to dissect the defense. I think that's fun.
You could just tell, man, that coaching staff has a good time together.
Oh, you know it.
They enjoy each other. That culture that is in Ford Field and in Allen Park is unmatched, I feel, in the NFL right now. And it's so exciting to me to have a Dan Campbell, who's a psychopath, team up with another psychopath, and we get to see what it's all about. And then you add on the progression of Jamison Williams. Did you see that route yesterday that the Lions tweeted out?
Yeah.
Shit look
Holy
nasty.
shit. He is becoming a technician with his footwork, being able to sell the fly route and then coming back on the curl. Like, J-Mo about to be special. John Morton about to unlock him in ways that I don't know if Ben Johnson could. And, D-Mac, I thought you brought up a great point. Like I said, it's going to be tough stat-wise to beat what the Lions did last year, but there was one area that I think they could improve on, and that was the third quarter. The Lions were flat in the third quarter coming out last year. I don't think that's going to happen with John Morton because of the professionalism. And when you say that a team struggles coming out in the second half, what to me that means is a coach, give them a week, they can plan and script a whole first half. But can they make the adjustments on the fly to when it's not working? And that's where Ben Johnson was struggling. John Morton may have those answers.
Yeah, no, that's where you need to improve. But you brought up a great point as far as, look at this. Do you not think this coaching staff, look at what's going on in camp and all the things you hear out. You got to kick guys off the field in non-pads because of the intensity. Like, they're building that dog mentality and intensity both at the offense and the defense. So, yeah, there's still questions there, but I like I said, I like who's in control. Like, when you're talking about Jameson Williams, what did Johnny Morton say? Come out and said, well, when you got uber talent in college, you just playing football. Mm-hmm. Now you got to develop route running skills and stuff like this. Right. So which added to that speed, and just I saw Tim Patrick's interview, right, about coming back and being a part of this, and he's like, bro, I got to beat the fourth best.
Right, I can
cornerback.
Do that every time.
I win every time.
Yeah, because he's technically a number two. So
and it's about dispersion and all these things. So when I look at Johnny Morton, I look at, you have an adult in the room that's intense and is going to find out how to get all the toys. You hear Sam Laporta talk. He talks after the season. He goes, and he's a bit goofy, right? And he's just like, there's a lot of guys to spread the ball around to. So you know what? Forget it. But that's the difference, right? I thought that Ben Johnson sometimes went to his well too much. When you have all this different talent, I think you'll see it more spread out when you need it, when something's not working.
And so, I think as fans get to know John Morton more, they're going to get more excited, right? Like when he got hired here, a lot of people were like, oh, okay, that guy, you don't really know much about him. And now that you're starting to learn about him, starting to learn that he's an absolute sycophant for football and other people are praising him, it gets you more excited. Like, Spenny, are you more excited about the Lions offense today than you were last week?
Yeah. I kind of understood what John Morton was and what he was bringing into this team, and I've been on the point that this offense isn't going to take a step back because it's kind of idiot-proof when you look at all the weapons that you have out there, and John Morton isn't an idiot, so I've seen his track record in the MLB or in the NFL and what he's done with subpar talent. So, he had guys in New York having career seasons that are nobodies. No offense to them. And so now that he's got actual weapons, I'm excited to see what he can do.
And stick to your point, I've been more and more excited. Not to say I wasn't excited when he came on board, but I am getting more and more hyped with what this offense can be when you just look at how he's elevating J-Mo, allowing him to run more routes, become a complete receiver. You still have one of the best backfields in the NFL. And when you hear him talk, he wants to be aggressive, and I think that's one thing that maybe these coordinators can be better than the previous version of these coordinators. And that's crazy to say because Ben Johnson was aggressive, but like we talked
less
about,
reckless.
Exactly, like we talked about yesterday. At times he got finesse, especially when you had a big lead up late in games. It seems like he would get finesse with the play calling. I don't think that'll be a problem with Johnny Mo.
Does it help that Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, everything we're seeing out of the Chicago camp is kind of a clusterfuck right now?
That trick play looked like shit yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
Caleb Williams took way too long to deliver the ball. It's cute. It just looks cute.
But does that help? Because you were like, oh, Ben Johnson, and there's nothing wrong with thinking Ben Johnson's a genius. I'm not taking that away from him.
Yeah.
He could be a genius offensive coordinator and a shitty head coach.
He's
Both
running
things
into
could
Josh,
be true.
That's a fact.
Josh McDaniel.
Yeah. Romeo Cornell,
Right,
Charlie
right.
Weiss.
No,
Like-
commanding.
But I think it's so important too when you take that first step
Eric
to
Bieniemy.
your job, right? Like Dan Campbell had Jared Goff, and no matter what you say, it matters who your first quarterback is. I just see that ending badly.
Yeah.
Always have.
I think that's what's also helping people get really hyped about the Lions. It's like if you were peering across the fence and it looked like a damn party over there and everybody's feeling good, you're
Right.
going, oh God, no. But everything you see, all the reports, Ben Johnson pulled the entire starting offense off the field because they're jumping off sides and can't get the snap count right. Like he's got his hands full with a bunch of squirrels on crack trying to coordinate them to get them to do the same thing, and then you got a mental midget at quarterback that's not going to be able to progress through the reads. So
he's looking stressed over there.
But it's beautiful.
It's always easy when you just on the sidelines and you just got to worry about the offense. And Dan Campbell is the one running the show. Now
That's
that
the
you
thing.
running the show,
Well,
it's different.
I always try to explain to people it's like a sous chef at a restaurant, right? Like you can crush the mashed potatoes, you know how to grill the steak, but you didn't put together the menu, right? You were trained by the head chef, and would you rather be a sous chef at a very successful, beautiful restaurant, or go be the lead dog at McDonald's?
I mean, it's all about your preference.
Now he's the lead dog at McDonald's, and congratulations, you're gonna pump out some shitty burgers, and there we go. But yeah, you left the culinary experts here in Detroit.
Are you telling Ben Johnson to put the fries in the bag? Is that what you were?
I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Put the fries in the bag.
Put the fries in the bag. So yeah, I'm getting excited about the offense. The defense was something I was worried about. Like they did exactly what I wanted to do in reverse with the coordinators. Like I wanted to promote in-house for offense because of how well it was going, and I wanted them to go find like a genius for the defensive end. But it seems like once again, Brad Holmes is smarter than me, and this is all going to work out.
I have no qualms about Kelvin Shepard. Do you think he could be better than AG? Because I do think in some ways, if he
according to our
dials it up
chat,
the way I
AG
think he
was
will.
washed every game. So
No,
I don't know.
He definitely wasn't. But AG did have a learning curve. Like his first couple years, it took a little time, and they had to get the secondary together. Shout out to Brad Holmes for doing that. But now that the pieces are in place already and they're getting healthy now, there is a chance that Kelvin Shepard can take this shit to another level.
Well, yeah, and he has the healthy pieces to do so, right? When
right.
AG had all of his pieces, they were a top 5 defense.
Yeah, for a brief couple weeks. Yeah,
it was 5-6 weeks, man. That's a healthy sample size. It's over a third of a season, So it's going to be interesting to see what he does with the full bag. And then conversely, now that we're talking AG, he seems like he's taking the reins with the Jets, and they respect him.
Oh, yeah.
They're following him. He's introducing a culture that people are talking about. It's total polar opposites. It's kind of like how they exited. Everybody, fuck you, Ben Johnson. Congratulations, AG.
I know, right?
We love you.
Part of that is the team that he went to, of course. But yeah, AG, the moment he went in there, he kicked Aaron Rodgers out, I knew he was the truth. I just, because any other new head coach would have just bowed down to somebody like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but isn't that like the experience through not only the player he was, but the years?
Yeah.
Like, and his maturation to what he wants. I mean, is anybody else think Chicago is going to have a better year than the Jets?
I would say the same.
Yeah, they're both going to be around the same, I would say. Yeah.
But
8 and
okay,
9.
so
They're
they
both
have
going to be
they
8
have the
and 9.
same season, but the Jets are like this and Chicago's sort of like that,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
once again, Chicago won the offseason. They're offseason Super Bowl champs. They've
Right.
added every correct piece. They got the right wide receivers finally. They've upgraded their offensive line with a bunch of pieced together old dudes that won't make it through the season. But hey, they won the offseason again. And